Hello everyone, Sean here with North Florida Saltwater Fishing. Well, today's video, I'm going to go over basically how I wash my boat. I know that sounds, I don't know, kind of simple, but I have got some requests, especially back when I had my Carolina skiff, on how I keep my boat looking good. You're going to be amazed how easy it is. I had to make it easy because I never have any time. Today, went out to the ledge, over 12 hours, 120-mile round trip. I got salt from one end of this boat to the other and every crack and crevice on it. And it's 5 o'clock and the sun's going down. So I'm going to show you what I do to do my quick desalt, wash, and then what I do then is that's it. That's all you got to do. I'll show you what products I use. Are pretty awesome. I do the desalt, the wash. It's all in one, unless you got like some dried blood or some stuck fish guts or something like that, or you don't even have to scrub it. It literally, you spray it on, let it sit 60 seconds, spray it off, it's done. Then what I'm going to do, I won't dry it, won't do anything. I'm going to haul it to my storage, put it up, let it dry on its own. Then tomorrow morning I'll go out there and spend about a half hour, 45 minutes just wiping it down. And I'll do a before and an after. It looks like a new penny with very little effort at all. Like I said, I'll go through how I do it, what products I use, all that good stuff. All right, I guess it's time to get the boat wet. Well, the first thing I always do, the most important thing, because this is the most expensive item on this boat, and it's had salt water run through it all day, is I'm going to flush my outboard. What I use for that is Salty Captain engine flush. It takes 50 milliliters, takes this much, and it does a fantastic job flushing that motor out. So give me just a second. I'm going to tilt it up, got my supports out, get it level, and get the show on the road. Yeah, you just, that's all it takes. I was using the, I won't say what brand because I'm not going to talk bad about anybody, but the big gallon jug, and you got to use a whole cap full of that. This stuff goes a long ways. Now I know the newer outboards have the flush port. I guess I'm just old school. I want it to flush the way the water goes in naturally, which is through the fresh water, the raw water pickup down there. Anything about it, but that attachment on the hose, they call that a musket. I guess it sort of looks like a musket, but it's got the sprayer on it. That lever on the top, when it's all the way back, it's off. In the middle position, it's fresh water. Then when you push it forward, the mixture mixes with the water automatically. And works flawlessly. I love it. I'll go ahead and let this run until I no longer see any sudsing, I guess you'll call it, come out of the exhaust. I'm going to go ahead and cut to the end of it because it's probably going to take near 5 minutes. It gives it, that little 50 milliliter shot gives it a really good rinse. Alright, looks like the suds is starting to calm down. I think it's just about finished, but you can look at all the rinsing suds that comes out of that. It does a really good job. All right, I'm just going to that cuts the water off. Works like a champ. Well, now what I want to do is do a quick walk around so you can see. I'm going to give you a before and an after. That's all caked on salt. I mean, it's you can really see it on this black outboard. So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to follow the directions. I'm going to fill the container up, spray it on, let it sit 60 seconds, rinse it off, and then I'm going to show you an after. So I'm going to go ahead and mix it, get it ready, then I'm going to turn the video back on, but I'm not going to turn it off so you'll know that I didn't do any scrubbing. This is the solution I use. It's the Salty Captain salt wash detergent. It's awesome. Like I said, I'm not much on gimmicky stuff, but I took a shot at it and it works awesome. Saves me a ton of time. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to throw the suds on it. I'm going to do the outboard, work to the front of the boat. I'm going to go and start my clock, my stopwatch. So not that you have to time it, but just so I know that I went up there and back and it sat for 60 seconds. Then I'm going to just rinse it off and show you the difference. Well, you'd know it. I forgot to set my or start my timer. But anyways, we'll get close. I did one whole side, and you can see I still got enough for the other side easy, and probably most of the inside. But all I'm going to do is, instead of pushing that all the way forward, I'm just going to click it back one notch, and freshwater works like a champ. It does say you don't want to let it dry. You want it to let it sit 60 seconds, but you don't want to let it dry. I'm going to go ahead and rinse it off now. Keep the hose. All right. Remember all those salt spots that were on there? Gone. Gone. And look at the, I didn't touch it with anything other than the solution and water. You can contrast that with the other side that I haven't done, and you can see all that dried salt. So just that quick, starboard side of my boat is done. Like I said, I'm gonna do the port side, the inside, same thing, same suds and go, and then I'm just gonna go put it up. And then I'll check back with you guys tomorrow morning and show the rest of the cleanup. But as far as what I use the salty captain stuff, that's it. It's pretty awesome stuff. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the morning. Hello again, everyone. Sean here with North Florida Saltwater Fishing. This is day 2. Yesterday, I showed you where I just literally sprayed the desalting foam on the boat and rinsed it off with fresh water. Did that inside and out, all the fittings, the whole of the boat, everything, and then put the boat up, let it dry overnight. Well, this is, and I haven't touched it with anything. I literally just drove up. And this is a close-up picture of the hull. Now granted, I didn't dry this and you can barely see any water spots. Now I am going to go back over it with a protector that I use, but that's just spray on, wipe off. And the same will go with the interior. I still have to clean my eyes and glass. I do that every time I condition it so it stays good. And I put a protector on my seats. But besides that, that's it, guys. And I'll show you that process, and I'll show you the end result. For spraying the exterior of the boat and everything except the isinglass and my upholstery, I spray this, it's a Turtle Wax ceramic 3-in-1 detailer. It's literally spray it on, wipe it off. So, I mean, it's literally this easy. I'll go down one side. You'll notice, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, I got a little bitty piece of fish wood over there. Just give it a little extra dab and let that set a second. You just grab a soft terry cloth towel, and then you just wipe it off. It's really, it takes care of any water spots, and it puts a protective ceramic coat on there. And what I'm going to do, look at that, look how shiny that is. Ooh, and that's how much effort I put into it. And then after I do that in the entire boat, I'm done. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish wiping this side down, do the other side, and then we'll jump in the interior. I'll show you what I do in there. So after every trip, I tell you what, these enclosures are worth every penny you spend on them. There's no way I could have done any wintertime offshore without it. Keeps obviously the cold air off of you, but also that spray, getting wet when it's cold sucks. And this keeps me real comfortable. But in order to keep it both looking good where I can see out of it, and I want to get some longevity out of it, I clean this after every trip. It's been desalted. You saw that on the previous video from yesterday. What I'm going to do now is show you all I have to do to clean the isinglass. Is what I'm using is Meguiar's Extreme Marine. You literally just spray it on. Then you take a cloth, a microfiber cloth, and then I'll just lightly spread it on there to make sure that it gets on there good and even. And the spots you saw on there weren't salt spots. They're residue from the rinse yesterday. Then you come back with a dry cloth and you just buff that off. And what I'll do, I'm going to go around and do the inside of this as well. That way you'll see how clear it is. Because some of what you still see on there, or most of what you still see on there, is on the inside. Then you come back with the dry cloth. And go around the front, get you a little better look. And that's what you got now. A nice, clear, conditioned piece of isinglass. Also, I just used the same to condition the vinyl itself. Some of you guys will have, obviously, canvas. This one has a vinyl, and it conditions it really nice. And that's your finished product. All right, now we're going to move on to the center console. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I do for the center console itself. I'm still with the Meguiar's vinyl and rubber protectant. And just so you know, this stuff is safe for your isinglass or the other brands that are the same deal. But I'll spray it right on this windshield, this acrylic windshield, both inside and out. And then again, you go back by, and you're not wiping it all off the first time. Just go by and spread it even, so you make sure everything has some of the solution on it. Both inside and out. And then I like to come back with 2 towels. It just makes it easier because I get both inside and outside. But I'm just buffing that back off. I don't know if you can catch that. That's pretty doggone clear. And I do it like this too, because this stuff's hard to get to sometimes. It's hard to get to the angle, but look at that, not a water spot on it, clear as a drinking glass, and it's protected. All right, now I'm going to flip around and do the center console itself. Now all of this, your screen, everything is all the same acrylic material. So I go back and hit with those. Again, same thing, just I don't know how well this is going to come out in this lighting. I'm underneath a shelter. But if you look, it's a streak-free spot free shine, and it's got a UV protectant on it, and not a whole lot of effort involved in it. So maximum protection, it looks good, and minimal amount of effort. What more can you ask for? On the fiberglass surfaces, what I normally do is I'm going to spray a little bit of the protectant that you saw me use on the outside of the boat, and come back and get all my stainless steel wheel and all my fiberglass surfaces. Forgot that I sprayed these, but I think you'll agree, looks good and it's easy, and that's what we're all after, right? Good protection, ease of use, and it looks good. All right, I'm gonna finish up the center console, then I'll show you. It's basically the same thing I'm gonna do with my upholstery. Is I come back with the same protectant and get my upholstery, and I come back with the turtle wax that I used on the outside, and I take care of the underside of the T-top and my T-top tubing. I'm not gonna subject you guys to me wiping up the underside of that T-top, because that is the part of this boat that I dislike the most. Just all that overhead work. But you know, that's the price you pay for having a hardtop T-top. It's worth it when you're on the water. But same thing with my electronics box. I'll do the face of it with the Meguiar's, and then I'll do the fiberglass portion of it with the turtle wax. And I'm going to do all that real quick, then I'll do a quick once around and show you everything when it's done. All right, well, we've got the interior of the boat done now, so now I'm going to do a complete walk around of both the inside and outside. Very little effort, and she looks, I don't know, I'm biased, it's my boat, but I think she looks pretty sharp. So I hope you all found this helpful, and next video we'll be out on the water. Hope to see you guys out there. Tight lines, guys.